if a Candace Owens was president today, what would your foreign policies be? What would your approach be with Xi? What would your approach be with Putin? What would your approach be with what's going on in Iran or some of these guys? What would you do?
Yeah, well, I mean, with Putin, obviously the worst thing that we could have possibly done, which is what's happening now, is folded him further into the arms of the East, okay? Putin should be a natural ally with the West. We have been pushing this fake Cold War for way too long, okay? We're not in the 60s anymore, okay? Putin is not trying to rebuild Soviet Union. He doesn't have the money. I mean, it's completely ridiculous to think that Russia is the biggest threat. This is just the mainstream media simulation. It's going to be just like the Soviet Union, whereas we're the ones that are actually pushing further into that territory. I mean, it's complete delusion. We're the ones that is putting NATO on everybody's border and pushing and inching further after we gave promises that we wouldn't do that we would not expand 1 inch eastward. Okay, so we're just not being honest about what it is that's even happening over there. We're not being honest about the corruption and the laundromat that Ukraine is and the reason why we have such a vested interest in it, Biden's interest in it, you know, Burisma and everything that's going on. This has nothing to do with caring about Ukrainian soldiers. If you actually bought that narrative that they're worried about the Soviet Union expansion, you're absolutely wrong. You know, they want to expand their own power in that region. And so when Trump was in office and he sought to have a meaningful relationship with Putin so that we weren't pushing him into the arms of China, and China is actually a threat to the United States, that was the right policy to have, an actual peace policy, you know, that we should be respecting how people want to run their own countries, right? And also trying to have strategic relationships, strategic partnerships with them. That is what makes sense to me. I believe in national sovereignty. I believe that Russia has the right to run its country the way that it wants to run its country. I believe Iraq, Iran, America, the United Kingdom. I don't want to be, you know, we want to be out. We don't want to be a part of the European Union. All the European Union, these concepts of trying to say, to globalize us and say this is how everybody must think. In America, we can't even decide on how we all want to think. You know what I mean? The Southern principles and values compared to New York City and LA.